Hi guys, so just a couple of trigonometric questions to answer here, so keep the questions coming. It's really good for you, it will help your friends, and it gives me something to do. So here we go. The sine of theta equals 0.6782. Find to the nearest degree angle theta can equal, and it gives you 43, 137, or both 43 and 137. Let's see what our calculator would give us first. If we just started off with the sine of theta equaling 0.6782. To undo finding the sine, we do the inverse sine function, which is called arc sine. So we go arc sine 0.6782. Doing that on your calculator then spits out an answer. Now I don't have a little calculator here, but I've already set up Desmos to work in degrees, so if I go, I wonder if it'll let me do arc sine, we'll find out. Arc sine 0.6782, and there you have it, 42.7 degrees, approximately, isn't it? So it's approximately equal to 42.7 or 43 degrees. Now your calculator, of course, only ever gives you one value. Luckily, you have someone in maths who's nicer to you than your calculator. Someone you can rely on. Someone who is your best friend in maths, the unit circle. And you go over here to your unit circle and you say, if this angle here is approximately 43 degrees, it doesn't really want to let me write that 3 because I write too slowly for it and it thinks I'm doing... is that annoying? Alright, I'm going to cheat here. You can watch how, when I get annoyed with OneNote, how I can just cheat and make it do what I want it to. Nearly worked, didn't it? Alright, I give up. You know that that's 43 degrees now. Let's do it this way. That is 43 degrees. How funny is that? Annoying, isn't it? Alright, on the other side, 180 minus 43 degrees would also have the same y-coordinate. You can see their y-coordinates match up there. What would that point be? That would be the 0.6782. So whenever you're doing the arc sine, you're really finding the values of the angles that make the y-coordinate on the circumference equal that number, 0.6782. Now, of course, 43 and 180 minus 43, and let's just confirm that that is in fact 137, and it is. So that angle from 0 all the way around to there would be 137. They're both possible answers. Remember, they're not the only possible answers. I could go round an extra 360 degrees, and that answer, if I added 360 to that, would be 403 degrees. That would be another possible answer. And of course, I could add 180 onto 137. 360. Onto 137 and get 497. That would be another one. And you could keep going round and round, adding 360 each time and get more answers. You could even subtract 360 and get negative answers. But absolutely, for this one here, both of them would be correct possible angles to give me the sine of the angle equaling 0.6782. We've got another little question down here a little bit further. Town A is 72 kilometres northeast of Town B. Well, I'm going to draw B here. There's north, northeast at a 45 degree angle, and that's 72 kilometres. 45 degrees. It's going to let me write it this time. Yay. Town A is over there. Town C is 45 kilometres northwest. So northwest, we've got a nice little right angle triangle in there now. 45 kilometres, so it's a little bit shorter. And there's Town C. They're asking us what is the bearing from A. So here's Town A, and I'm going to go from north all the way around to there. Well, this won't be too hard to figure out, will it? First thing we need to realise is that I need to learn to draw straight lines. We can work with these angles here and find this out pretty easily, can't we? Yes, we've got a nice right angle in there now. 45 and 45 make 90. This angle to get to A was 45. That means the reverse bearing, remember the reverse bearing is just to go back in the other direction. So if B to A was 45, from A back to B will be 180 plus 45. Remember, we either add or subtract 180. In this case, we add because that will keep it as a value between 0 and 360. So 180 plus 45, 225 degrees would be the bearing back to B. Now, we haven't finished yet, have we? Because we've still got to find what's that little angle in there going to be to add on to the 225. Well, I know the opposite side. This is a right angle, so this is a hypotenuse opposite and adjacent. And we can find that really easily now. Let's call it alpha. Opposite and adjacent, that's the tan rule, tan ratio. So here I've got the tan of alpha equals the opposite side, 45, divided by the adjacent side, which is 72. What do I do from there? Alpha equals the arctan. How do I undo tan? I do the opposite. The inverse function of tan is arctan. Arctan of 45 divided by 72. Make sure you keep brackets around that. And that's going to spit out the answer for us. Let's go to Desmos again. So lazy, didn't have to type out that extra bit. Arctan 45 over 72. And look at that, 32 degrees. Pretty much bang on. That's what we want to go back to. So alpha is approximately, turn my stylus around the right way, approximately equal to 32 degrees. Therefore, the bearing of C from A is approximately 225 plus another 32, 257 degrees. And it's said to the nearest degree. So that's fine. There you go. I hope that helps. Catch you in the next one, guys. Cheers. Bye.